Okay, hi Ali. Welcome
Hello, how are
again.
you? Oh, yes.
This is the fourth or fifth time we are talking.
I don't know actually, because I don't know, as we said before, the time goes so quickly. I think we had two introductions, didn't we? Then we talked about focusing,
Yeah, we
about dream.
concentration or focusing. We started to talk about my experience
That's right, yeah. Hmm.
when you start to do the interview with me,
That's right.
and we I guess the first one was about you. We talked
Yeah.
about your
The
experience.
first one was
This is
more
the
about,
three.
yeah,
The
the
three.
second one was about you. The third
Yeah.
one was focusing,
Focusing, and the fourth one was about dreaming in general.
dream.
Yeah.
And so today we're going to talk about lucid dreams, which seems a good follow-up to dreams.
Yeah, we can now start taking our breath and take a subject and subject by subject and started to talk about details and some things people can use it really in after hearing it. Loose dreaming. What your ideas about loose dreaming? What do you
Well,
think?
I
Uh,
actually love lucid dreaming. I love that moment. Well, let's just say what a lucid dream is for the viewers or listeners
yeah.
that aren't aware. So, a lucid dream is basically when you wake up in a dream. So, you're actually conscious and awake in the dream. So, then you can start to control the dream characters, you can change the scenery. And if you want to meet a famous film star, you can even meet a famous film star. In fact, my daughter, the reason that got her lucid dreaming was that she wanted to meet Simon Baker. Simon Baker an actor in The
Yeah, I know.
Mentalist. Yeah, so it was a good way to actually get her into lucid dreaming, and it worked because her desire was so strong to meet Simon Baker that she started actually lucid dreaming.
Do you think there is a distance between being aware of the dream and starting actually to controlling it? Or if you just aware, you can control. Do you have a dreams where you had this is, experience of being aware, but you didn't have the opportunity to control it, or
Yes,
you
that's
can?
possible. I think lucid dreams can also get out of control. You can be totally lucid in a dream and appear not to be able to control it as well. This is an area, it's a very subjective area. There's lots of different opinions. That's why it's so important in all of this is to experience and write down your experiences and make up your own mind. Because reading what other people say and listening to what other people say is very important because it gives you some ideas. But the bottom line is to
You have
experience, you have to experience it in order to truly understand it.
And you
That,
have to work hard to get it. Actually, for me, training in loose dreaming was not that easy.
mhm.
I had to write my dreams for many weeks. I had to use wild technique. We can talk about it. Wake-induced loose dreaming. It wasn't that easy to put myself in the trance state and being awake and I'm sorry, before the dream started and being aware when the dream is starting to happen and all this stuff. So you have you should have this desire to get the loose dreaming, and also you have to work on yourself.
Definitely. You have to, well, maybe some people are natural lucid dreamers, other people have to work harder. Um, I lucid dream quite often as a child because as I said before, I used to like my dreams. So I used to go back into them to finish them off in a nice way. You know, if it was a horrible dream or if it was a dream that I really liked, I just wanted to go back and enjoy it. And I think this was good training. It was I I was good at laying in between that zone. You know, like kind of like a twilight zone. You're not quite awake.
Yeah, the trance, I called it the trance state.
Yeah, so I used to spend a lot of time in that zone when I was a child because I used to enjoy it so much. I used to enjoy all these strange images that used to come at me, and the voices. You know, I've always enjoyed the dream world, and
Actually, I feel that being in the trance is half of the work. in loose dreaming and astral projection, in any kind of energy work. Being in the trance is actually very important. It's half of all the works. It's not easy, but if you can get in this kind of alpha state or trance state, all these abilities start to manifest, and you start to experience all kind of imaginary and pictures, and you start the visions, and you can do some self-hypnosis to experience connecting to the higher self, and having daydreamings and dreams, all this stuff, and astral projection. You should be in the trance. So it's the same point. Yeah, it takes time for your mind to be comfortable in this zone. You can easily fall asleep, so it's not the first time. It's not easy.
Sometimes it's before you start practicing going in trance state. If you're doing it at night, sometimes it's important to have a few hours sleep first, so that you don't have that tiredness that you have when you first go to bed, and you wake up about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning when you still need some sleep, but you're not as sleepy, so it's easier to stay awake while you're asleep.
So you can interrupt your sleeping circle and doing the exercise and return to the sleep again.
I find that very effective method. Like I usually don't try to lucid dream or OBE when I immediately go to bed, because I'm so tired I need to sleep first. But I always wake up about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, so that's when
So you spend how many hours you spend sleeping in the first stage? Before
usually go to bed about 10:30, 11. So let's say I go to sleep immediately.
4 or 5 hours approximately.
Yeah, 3 or 4, 4 or 5, depends what time I have to get up in the morning. I find if I don't have to get up so early in the morning, the possibility of having a lucid dream or an out-body experience is greater, because I've got more time to spend in that zone.
You spend 5 hours sleeping, then you wake up and do your training, lucid dreaming training or astral projection training.
Well, actually, it's when my husband starts snoring as to when I wake up.
Yeah, so you do it in another place, or?
Yeah, so if he starts snoring, I wake up and I think, okay, it's time. So really, I can thank my husband.
Yeah, you should thank him very much.
I can thank you. Please don't stop snoring, because it's like my alarm call in the middle of the night. So then I go to a different room. Sometimes I'm too tired. You know, when you're too tired, and there's no way that you're going to get your mind focused. Because that's why it is so important to get enough sleep in life. Because if you don't get enough sleep, you can't your mind doesn't function properly.
Yeah, so I understand it. Actually, I have something to say about this. In Arab world, in the Muslim world, we have 5 prayers a day. So one of these prayers are in the morning, and about 3, 4 o'clock before the sunrise. So actually, some people, religious ones, have to wake up early in the morning and go to pray, and then trying to sleep again, and that's why many of them reported this kind of out-of-body experience and lucid dreaming a lot. It's one of the reasons why.
Also, prayer is a kind of mantra as well, isn't it? Like when you pray, it doesn't matter what religion you are. When you pray, you do sometimes go into a kind of trance state, because you're focused inwards.
Yeah, you are trying to leave all the your life behind and just connect with the God and the brain. Yeah. So it's some kind of meditation. Yeah, I agree.
Prayer is a meditation, so I think that would help definitely with lucid dreaming and out-of-body experiences. And
so it's okay to pray in the morning.
I don't know if I could get up at that time, but I suppose I wake up at that time anyway, and I do. Sometimes I've repeated affirmations, so I mean it's a similar type of thing.
Yeah.
you know, you're repeating, if you're praying, you're repeating something, you're saying affirmations and stuff like that. You know, everyone has different ways of,
Moving to the place, your zone of training zone, do you avoid the light, or do you make this quick, or how much time you need to move to your place and starting to work?
Once my husband wakes me up snoring.
Yeah.
Well, I just get up, get out of bed, go to the loo, go upstairs, and just dive into bed. And I'm quite good at going back to sleep, so I never had a problem going back to sleep.
And you have a bed there, or a chair, a special chair for that, yeah?
No, I don't have a bed.
Yeah, another bed.
Another bed. I have beds all over.
So you training while on a bed, just like the sleeping position.
Yes, because with my life as it has been, because I have to sleep, I'm not the sort of person that can get away with 4 hours sleep a night. I have to sleep. If I don't sleep enough,
you will sleep in the day.
I'm not a person worth knowing, okay? So when I was doing my OBE stuff and my lucid dreaming stuff, I had to integrate it in my life as it was. And at the time I had small children. So that helped as well, having children, because they wake you up in the middle of the night as well. So I was constantly being woken up in the middle of the night. And so I was constantly like getting woken up, changing beds, so trying to get some sleep. But being so tired sometimes can actually bring on, you know, a lucid dream, because your mind is so tired it can't rest properly. And so your mind just keeps staying awake. All sorts of different influences.
So what kind of training you are using in your zone? You start to do affirmations, and what next?
Affirmations have always worked for me after a certain amount of time. If you start doing affirmations, for example, one day, you have to continue them. It's not like they're going to work that day. So I've always used affirmations. It's a way of programming the mind. So the more you use them, the more you're programming the mind. The affirmation, my favorite affirmation is, now I'm out of body, you know, for an out of body experience.
You actually saying the words, or just thinking about it?
No, I'm thinking about them.
Not just not saying that aloud.
No, they are more effective, obviously, if you can say them aloud. But obviously, if you're living with a family and you start chanting in the middle of the night,
it's not not a good idea.
It's not an ideal situation.
Yeah.
But affirmations are more effective if said out loud. But they still work if you just repeat them over and over and over in your head. Or if you want to lucid dream.
How many times you should repeat affirmations by your experience?
Well, I don't know. I just repeat them until I fall asleep, as I'm falling asleep. So in my head, you know. But obviously, if you want to lucid dream, you can use the affirmation, something like, now I'm awake in my dream. Now I'm awake in my dream. Now I'm awake in my dream. Or you can ask yourself. You can keep asking yourself, am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? Because if you ask yourself, am I dreaming in a dream?
Yeah.
The answer will be yes, and you'll think, oh wow, I'm awake, and that is a clue. That is a way to.
So you are not trying to resist sleeping. You're just saying affirmation until you fall asleep, or
yeah, I don't resist sleeping. It depends. It depends, as I said before, how early I have to get up in the morning. If I have to get up early, I can't resist sleeping because I need to sleep physically. If it's like a Sunday morning, I can resist. I can wake up a little later, like 4 or 5 o'clock, after I've had, you know, about 5-ish, even 6-ish works for me, and I can stay in bed until about 9. Now, for me, staying in bed until about 9, I have from 6 until 9, that 3-hour period where I've actually had all my sleep, but I'm still dozy, and it's that doziness that gives me more success. But if I have to get up at 6:30, you see, I don't have that 3 hours, so I have to let myself fall asleep. But it works if you program your subconscious to wake you up, because often I wake up in my sleeping body. I just wake up in that state automatically now, because I've programmed myself to. It's all about programming.
So
Um,
you don't use alarm after that, or you just wake up on sleep paralysis, or when you are trying to do lucid dreaming or astral projection, you just wake in the sleep paralysis without using
yeah,
alarm.
yes, yes. It's usually that
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Um,
that took you some time
well,
to.
I don't know really because as I said to start with, I was actually trying to lucid dream and not OBE. So it was actually my lucid dreams. It was the trying to stay awake while falling asleep, the resisting sleep one that actually gave me an out of body experience when I was actually trying to lucid dream. I was trying to stay awake while falling asleep so I could go into a lucid dream. Instead, it took me out of body. You see, so this is a way that lucid dreams can actually take you to out of body experiences. But
Can I ask you this question? Is there a good position for the body to have a lucid dreaming, or any position is okay?
well, it depends on who you are. I think it depends on personal preference. There are some people that say don't sleep on your side because it's too comfortable, so you're less likely to have a lucid dream or OBE. Some people say you should sleep on your back. Other people say maybe you should sleep a little bit propped up, so that you don't. So it's not a natural sleep position. You see, but you see, I can't sleep on my back because for some reason, when I sleep on my back, it makes me feel sick, so I can't do it.
You have
So
this urge to be in one of your sides.
yeah, I
Uh,
can't sleep on my back. I find it really uncomfortable, and I wake up actually feeling sick. So that interferes with my OBE. If I happen to have one, I start to feel sick. So I have to. For me, my side is okay. For other people, maybe they find it easier to sit propped up in bed. Sometimes, if you sleep with your head up, you're giving your body the message that you're not actually going to go to sleep. You're gonna like try for a lucid dream or OB or something like
Yeah,
that.
actually, I learned this from Lysology 101. It's for Nicholas Newport. He talked about the sleeping signals, and one of these signals is ruling in your side, one of your sides. If you are doing this, it's a good. It's one of the signs that your mind send to your body, saying this person is still awake. Don't fall asleep. So if you continue to rolling from one side to another, you will not fall asleep. You should be still and don't move at all for some time. So this urge to rule over will build by the time, and when it's reach this level where you can't resist it, just move to your side and you will fall asleep very quickly. It's one of the tricks, actually. I tried it and it's quite effective.
I don't actually move a lot when I sleep. I have noticed that when I go to sleep, I generally wake up in the same position. Um, I don't know if that.
Maybe you don't aware, but everybody is rolling from a side to
For one
another
day,
about 30
I'm
times.
going to put a video up because I see the duvet position when I wake up in the morning, and it's exactly the same as when I went to sleep. And whereas my husband, when he sleeps in the bed, it's like the duvet is like everywhere. But
Like me. I,
when
I
I
don't.
sleep in my when I sleep in my bed without my husband, if he's gone away, when I wake up in the morning, his side of the bed is perfect. My side of the bed is just a little bit scrunched up. So I'm really curious as to whether I actually do move at night
We
because
can record that to make sure. But actually, I'm sure that any person is
well, I don't know. A friend
move.
of mine at college used to get up during the night to check that I was still awake, still alive, because I didn't move at all, and she used to think I'd died during the night. She used to come and check. Oh my God, it was
Amazing.
so I don't know.
Actually, rolling over is
Yeah,
it is the way that the body is using to relax during
yeah.
the sleep. So if your body is have this tension inside it it should rule over all the night to be more relaxed. It's one of the ways that the body uses. So maybe you are too way relaxed, and your body doesn't need to.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so lucid dreams. Lucid dreams. What can you do with a lucid dream, for example?
Actually, everything. I
Yeah.
tried everything that a person can imagine. I
Yeah.
tried to fly, to suicide, to kill somebody else, to travel.
Really? Oh, God. I don't know if we should continue with this conversation.
No, I was curious about that. That's why. So I tried to drive a car
Uh-huh.
and try uh, to be in some countries that I can't travel for
Mhm.
obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And actually, I tried one time. I tried to breathe under the water and
Yeah.
the sea. It was amazing, and actually, it was amazing. Everybody should try this. um, I had this dreams of many levels, multi-levels dreams. Maybe we talked about that the
Yeah.
last time, the false awakening and the this terrifying feeling about it.
Yeah.
So I had many experience, and I told you about this also the learning in the inside my dreams. I started
Hmm.
to learn more about how to deal with people because I'm antisocial person, and I don't deal with people too much. So my brain is trying to do that in my dreams. It was
Hmm.
the first time I realized this that my mind actually is making imaginary situations and put me in these situations so to test me and to understand what I could do and what I should do and get lessons. It's like a virtual reality, a virtual life inside your head, where your
Yes.
mind try to do things that you don't do in your life or you wish to do, but you can't. So it's very educational and it's very good type of dreams. And for me, my experience in loose dreaming is not that big because this terrifying feeling is always present. I don't know why. I'm all in my most of my dreams. I feel this. I feel fear. I feel terrifying, and I don't know why. Some dreams are good, but most of my dreams are having this terrifying feeling inside it.
Well, maybe part of you need to like try and confront it in your dreams or something. Maybe it's something that you brought from another lifetime.
It's like a phobia. You don't know why you are afraid. Maybe because just the idea of being inside your head, and this may open a new question. What do you think about lucid dreaming? Is it in our heads, or is it in an astral plane, or what do you believe about this?
I think lucid dreams are subjective because they're very personal, aren't they? For example, my lucid dreams, my desire to lucid dream was because I wanted to meet with a particular guide because we used to have great conversations about my life. And in one lucid dream, I think I've mentioned this before, I was actually with him in my head. We were sitting in my head. So it's very subjective, whereas the dreaming environment is something you've created with your whatever you've got in your head, your emotions, your issues, your problems, or reflection of the day you've just had, or your worries for the future, stuff like that. Whereas the OBE is more of an objective environment, but there is a lot of crossover, and that's why even many people don't agree with all the differences. Some people say that lucid dreams are the same as OBEs, some people don't. So I think until you've had a lucid dream and until you've had an out-of-body experience, it's very difficult to know the difference. Whereas when I have a lucid dream, I know it's a lucid dream. I'm absolutely certain that I'm dreaming. I have no doubt whatsoever. When I'm awake, like now, I know I'm awake. I have no doubt that I'm awake.
No, I have my doubts. I'm not sure.
Awake in this reality that we find ourselves in. Awake, awake, conscious, awake. I know that I'm not, but apart from that. However, sometimes in an out-of-body experience, it seems so real because you feel like you feel that everything is so real, and more real than real, that then I start to have a doubt whether I'm actually out of body or awake in the physical reality. I don't have doubts that I might be dreaming because having had lucid dreams and OBEs and astral experiences, I know the difference, and it's almost as if I know, and that's it. There's no discussion. You just know. But sometimes if I'm OBE and it seems so real, then I have a doubt and I think, oh my God, am I awake or am I out of body? And then I have to do a test, like jump up in the air to see if I float or something like that, or try and put my hand through a wall. I remember once leaving my body and the room was exactly the same. And I was thinking, oh, now I don't know if I'm awake or I'm asleep. And I could hear my husband in the next room getting ready for work. So I thought, okay, we'd have to do the test to see if I'm awake.
What kind of test you do?
Well, I went over to the wall and I tried to put my head through the wall. And then I started laughing and I was thinking, God, if I'm really awake and my husband comes in and he sees me banging my head against the wall.
Yeah.
I was like crazy.
You didn't try to look to your hands? Because the behavior of the hands is different.
But then I realised the way to tell if you're OB, if you have this doubt, the doubt tells you that you're out of body. Because in waking life, I have no doubt. I know that I'm not out of body. So if I have doubt, that means it's an out of body experience. Because in waking life, I have no doubt that I'm actually awake on Earth in the three-dimensional reality, etc., etc. And it's the same with lucid dream. When I wake up in a dream, I know that I'm lucid dreaming. And then you can convert the lucid dream to OBE. But a lot of even the experts disagree. I did have a look at some. There's an excellent article on Robert Peterson's site. Do you know Robert Peterson?
Yeah, I heard about him, and actually, I read a book. But that was many years ago. I didn't remember the book.
Yeah, if the viewers want to check out the book, he actually has it on his site for people to download if they wish to. So if they go to robertpeterson.org, there's a book there that they can download. It's an excellent book on out-of-body experiences and how to have them. It's called. So it's a good book. Yeah. I actually met Robert Peterson. It was really strange how when I first started having OBEs, you look on it. I looked on the internet a little bit, and after a few years, I found Robert's book.
Where in Italy or in Britain?
No, on the internet. It was already up on the internet, and I read it. And years later, I was on Facebook, and we actually connected on Facebook. Like we became Facebook friends.
Very nice.
Yeah. And then one day he said, oh, by the way, I'm coming to Italy and we'll be going to, I think they were looking around Naples or something. And we actually met up in a really nice place and we had a picnic, and it just seems incredible to meet someone that you never thought you would meet, It's a small world, and we had a nice chat about out-of-body experiences and stuff like that. Anyway, he's got an excellent article on his site. He does another blog called the OBE Outlook on Life. So it's obeoutlook.blogspot.it. And on that site, he does lots of reviews about on different books as well. He's got lots of books up there about OBEs, and he reviews them. So, you can go on his site, and if you fancy reading a book, you can read his review before you buy it. And he's got some excellent articles as well. And he's actually done an article, Are OBEs the same as lucid dreams? So it's well worth going over there and reading the article.
And what did he say about the difference between the two?
Yeah, well, He's actually got different people's opinions,
Yeah.
you know, on the different things that appear in a lucid dream. For example, there's some of the differences noted by Gabbard and Twemlow, which did some studies on lucid dreaming. For example, lucid dream, 50% to 70% incidence in general population. So there's quite a high incidence of a lucid dream.
More than astral projection.
Yeah. OBE, 14% to 25% incident in general population. Lucid dream only occurs during sleep, obviously because it's a dream.
Yeah.
The OBE occurs usually when awake, consciously awake. I think this means like mind awake, body asleep. In the lucid dream, the dreamer can consciously program the dream. In the OBE is often more a passive, objective observer, but then also.
But you can affect the etheric matter, but not that much. You cannot.
Yeah, it depends. Sometimes you can find your own thought forms in front of you as well. Remember, this is only just two people's opinion. They differ. They differ as you go through them. For example, lucid dream, dreamer and physical body are still integrated. So you're still
some kind of inner astral projection.
Yeah, maybe that's a way of explaining it. Whereas in the OBE, you actually feel separate from your body, don't you? You don't feel that you're in your physical body. You feel like you've.
Sometimes you can see it. See it in the bed. Yeah.
Yeah. Although sometimes I've been in two places at one time. Like I've been in my physical body consciously. My physical body's been asleep, but I've been consciously awake in the physical body. Plus, I've been a point of consciousness about 2 feet away from me, and I've been in those two places exactly.
I understand this feeling.
Yeah, that was quite weird, but good fun though. It was quite interesting having that experience. It was almost as if, you know, I'd woken up in my physical body and my astral body or another part of my consciousness had like missed the bus back, you know. It's like, oh, hang on, I'm coming back, you know.
Yeah, and actually you can experience this in more than two bodies. Sometimes this happened, and one time that happened to me. I started to feel myself in 3 places at the same time, and it's like a copy of your consciousness. So the astral body was the first copy, and I felt that this copy is starting to do its own astral projection. So
really interesting.
It's an amazing feeling. Actually, I'm aware of all the situation from 3 perspectives: from myself, from my body, and from the first copy and the second one. And actually, it's not easy to.
That's why OBEs, and once you start lucid dreaming and OBEing, it's like it totally changes everything you ever thought about the 3-dimensional reality.
You can't. You started to feel, even if you can't comprehend the environment of the experience, you still have the feeling of this feeling that there is more. You you can be aware of more, not just your 3D dimension world you are living in. Yeah, what they have also to say about it.
And the last one here was lucid dream. Consciousness often vivid with mystical qualities, and in an OBE, consciousness is more ordinary, like being awake. But I would say a lot of OBEs, it almost seems like being more awake than awake.
Yeah, I understand this. In the dreaming, you are on the lucid dreaming. You are lucid. You're starting to have. Sometimes you fall asleep and being aware again. It's not full awakening like. But I think they miss a very important point, that the shape of your body. In dream you have your normal body, your normal clothes. In astral projection, I always see myself as a blue lighting body.
It's like a fizzy energy type body, isn't it? It's
Actually, one time I saw my astral body when he trying to enter my body. I fall. I become awake and sleep paralysis, and I saw my actual astral body starting to enter my body from my heart chakra. I saw this blue face, exactly like my face, trying to enter with very tense expressions in the face. He was trying to enter with this huge fusion energy, and I actually see this moment of fusion. It was this is the first time I saw it like that, and was the last. I didn't saw it again, but it was amazing. This blue face, human face, and trying to enter my body. So I in that time I thought that I've been possessed by some kind of creature. Yeah, didn't know it's the astral body. So it's blue. I'm sure of that. I saw it in my eyes. It's blue, and have this light around it, blue light. So it's different from the dream body. In the dream body, you may see yourself in a mirror in the dream, and see yourself as your mental image of your body. Also, the feelings like pain, like being afraid. In astral projection, I don't feel afraid a lot like dreaming. In dreaming, feelings are real. If something hit you in the dream, you will feel it physically, not in the astral body or in the astral projection. You can, as you said, you can go through walls. You have this transparency ability to not be affected by physical objects. You can't have this in dreams. Also, the main key for me, the main test I can use it to difference between the lucid dreaming and the astral projection is looking to my hands. In lucid dreaming, if I'm looking to my hands, it may melt, but in astral projection, it's becoming taller and strange. There's a difference between the two. In the way the hands are melting, and the way the hands are starting to disappear and being in a different shape. Also, if you are trying to look to your body, you will see which one of the dreaming body or the blue body or the astral body. So it's not that hard to difference between the two if you are looking to the right signs of each one. That's based on my experience. I don't know if everybody saw these things as I saw it, but this is my way. I'm just, when I'm having this doubt that if I'm in a lucid dreaming or in astral projection, starting to look to my hands, and just one look is enough to understand it. Also, the abilities and the environment around me, if it's too cartoonish or having this very realistic feeling of being awake. In lucid dreaming, the reality is very accurate. You may feel the smells, you may feel the texture. It's very realistic, but in astral projection, it's not that like going through walls. It's not realistic at all. It's far away.
Yes, lucid dreams are more like a two-dimensional reality, like a cartoon world, as you say. And the sensations aren't as that. When you're out of body, the sensation is totally different. Often, when I'm out of body, I feel very energetic. I can actually feel the energy going through my body. It's almost like it's like pins and needles, but it's not horrible. It's a nice sensation. You feel like full of energy, really. But in a lucid dream, I've never had that feeling.
And follow awake. In astral projection, you are really awake. especially if you are doing your energy works and have no problems with energy, you should be very awake. But the line between the loose dreaming and the acid projection is very fine. You can move from one to another. Did you try?
Definitely.
You just tried that?
No, I'm just going to say the differences are all listed here. So if you go to this website and read the article, all the different opinions of different people are given on here. The differences between lucid dreaming and OBE. So that's a really interesting article to read.
But actually, they are amazing experience. If you have one of them, it's okay. You don't have to be that concerned. Loose dreaming is very beautiful. Also, the subjection. Both are great experiences, and you can learn much from them. Do you believe that the person have to be expert in one of them and put all his effort in one of them, or it's okay to have to spend your effort and times on both of them parallel in a parallel way?
Oh yes, definitely. I think both are valid. I don't think anybody can say OBEs are better than dreams or lucid dreams are better than dreams. They're all valid. It just depends. You know, it's the content that's important. I believe. You know, in lucid dreams, usually the first thing I do is fly, because I find lucid dreams very relaxing. You know, just the up in a dream and flying, for me, it's like wonderful. And sometimes I meet guides, but usually now, if I have a lucid dream, I immediately try to convert it into a OBE, because I don't know, it seems more natural now. It's like
sorry. The time ran out before we started to talk about the wild technique.
We can have another session on lucid dreaming techniques.
Lucid dreaming is a big subject, actually.
Yes, also lucid dreams and OBEs. It's a very big subject, because sometimes lucid dreams can seem. Sometimes you can even be dreaming that you're out of body, and this whole thing of dreams, lucid dreams, and out of body experiences sometimes gets very mixed up and confused. That's why you can't really separate each one, and there's so much to say on each one as well. Like, so an hour is never enough to discuss lucid.
Yeah, so maybe in the next time we can discuss more about the difference between the two and how we can start doing lucid dreaming, or what your experience about. Actually, all my lucid dreaming, I used the wild technique, and maybe we can discuss this technique the next time. But we had a very good conversation and very talking. But if you can send me just the link of the website that you
I'll send you the website.
Yeah, it will be very good.
Okay, brilliant.
Okay, see you in the next week, and thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Cheerio.
Bye.
And you.